keys that I learned yesterday in my session with Chuck. And I think you'll find this pretty dramatic in terms of how it makes the swing look a little different. So in terms of setup, this one on the right, I'm paying particular attention to trying to keep the back straight as can be, from a kind of a not vertical, but no bending side to side in the vertebrae. So if I go from the base of the neck to the belt buckle, you can see that looks reasonably straight. Now this one on the left is what I've been doing for a while now, is when I put the right hand on the club, if you look closely to where the belt buckle would be, and if you look at the zipper here of this jacket, there's definitely a bend in the back, and that is catastrophic, because if you look really closely right here, I can actually feel it. I've bent at the waist. There's a little bit of side bend, and that means your vertebrae right in this area are already compressed and they can't rotate freely, and that is catastrophic. So that's point number one. Point number two, look in the elbow pits right here. So on this one on the right, I have sucked both of my elbow pits so that they point out a lot more. And as you compare it to this one here, you can see it's kind of pointed, the elbow pit is pointed now more away from the target as opposed to out away from the body. And same with the one on the right. Okay, so look at this motion, how kind of at the about right here, notice how my upper back starts to move my head towards the target. You can see that because my left upper arm is already so inwardly rotated here at address that it can't rotate anymore, and so it's bound. And so as I try to get the arm back, it can't do anything but just press against the back, and you can see I lose that angle there. And look what you can see right in this area, what it does to the quad and to the hip. It's like it just, everything gets this reverse pivot. So my back here on the left, look how that's my spine angle. Instead of being pointed away from the target, it's now pointed, it's effectively pointed to the target. So I have to like reverse it, and there's this big change that has to happen right there. But just look how constricted that is because of the arm, and the back is bent. Okay, now here's where I try to keep the back straight, and I let my left arm rotate back here. Look at the difference in those two pictures. It's amazing. Okay, now what that does coming down is look at this club drop. I mean, they're both kind of have a drop, but if you look at how much the knuckles are able to have rolled under there as opposed to there, okay, and in this one it's pretty clear. You can see how much farther back my left hip joint is. Okay, and I've got my body pretty much straight over my ankle as I'm posting. And when the hands get, I mean, look at the hand action, because I've been able to roll those knuckles under. Look how far out the club is released right there when the hands pass. And look at this one where the club is. So I've gained another foot, 9 inches to a foot of club path travel, and that means it's faster. And you can see the face angle is definitely already nice and, you know, more shut. So as it comes through here, just flip through, release. Okay, so kind of more of a reasonable speed on this one, as opposed to this one looking so much more tight and bound up. Okay. Also, something that's kind of interesting, you can see there's this little wiggle in that foot there because of all this weird tension on the right. If you look down here in this area, the right foot, look at that wiggling right there. That's not cool. Versus this one, look how much more stable stable it is right here in the right foot as I go through the transition. So all from setup. So key message is make sure the spine is straight and get your elbow pits pointed out so that you have outer rotation of both of your humerus bones. So the elbow pits point out, and it gives you much more freedom in your left arm to rotate, and it also just drops that right hand, or excuse me, just drops that right elbow, sucks it right into the body there, and you're able to get a better knuckles down, right like that.